I just checked out. Now it's time to say goodbye to Christmas Mountain. We have thoroughly enjoyed our stay here. I only wish it were longer because the day the sun finally came out is the day that we have to leave. But this is a wonderful resort. We didn't get to do any of the really fun things like hiking, or they have paddle boats. They have all kinds of things you can do here. Golfing, but we don't golf. But kind of sad we didn't get to explore the resort more, but the cabin was excellent, and I definitely hope that we stay here again.
We'll come back sometime and go skiing.
Yes.
Skiing?
Craig, what's your review of Christmas Mountain?
It was terrific. The room was wonderful, and so was the cabin. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, and the Craigie Viver seal approval.
Craig, he loved it here. Would you like to stay here longer?
No.
Because it's time to move on to Baraboo, right?
Yep.
Did Roscoe like Christmas Mountain?
Yep, he likes Christmas Mountain.
Turn right at the end of the road onto Coon Bluff Road.
Did Roscoe get
Turn
along
right
with
at
Babe
the
the
end of
Blue
the road
Ox?
Yep, he
onto
did.
Coon Bluff Road, and then turn right.
We are on our way to Denny's for breakfast. I wanted to eat at Big Boy, but when I looked at the hours today, it turns out they don't open till 11. So we are eating breakfast at Denny's. They're only open for breakfast on the weekends.
Next right onto County Route H.
Which is something we've run into a lot on this trip. So maybe if you want to do everything, come on a weekend.
Turn right.
Come later in the year.
Yeah, maybe later in the year it's open more. I don't know. But a lot of the shops were closed yesterday on this. I don't know. Maybe they're closed permanently.
Proceed
Not a
about
lot.
4 miles
But a
to
few.
South Frontage Road.
But we've had a lot of fun in Wisconsin Dells, and I hope we come back. And I hope we bring our whole family. We are at Denny's. Oh, don't even tell me. Oh. I thought they weren't open for a minute. I was scared.
Well, look, great.
Hi.
3 of us.
Yeah. The call building, no? Should I get you like something in front?
The coffee for me. Craig, what would you like? Diet Pepsi.
And you?
I'll take ice water. Craig, how does it feel to be back at Denny's again?
Great.
Greg was saying we haven't been here in years, and he's right.
I haven't been to a Denny's since we went to Denny's in Florida.
Probably not, because
Or-
Craig and I...
Oh, no, California.
Oh, yeah, we went to Denny's
We
in
always stop at
California.
that one right across on Harbor.
Yep,
Yeah.
across from Disneyland. Craig and I have been to the one in West Des Moines a couple of times, but it's been a while, quite a while. They do have more choices here than they did at Big Boy. I just want to go to Big Boy for nostalgic reasons.
Look at all of them.
I know. I have those pancakes, the red, white, and berry pancake slam, the berry stuffed French toast. Of course, they have the classic breakfasts. They have a crispy chicken sandwich. I don't think these are lunch. Well, I have some decisions to make here. Moon's over my hammy. I'm pretty sure I've gotten that before. Or maybe Craig has. I think Craig has. These, these omelets look good. The ultimate omelet. 3 eggs, sausage, bacon, fire roasted bell peppers, onions, sauteed mushrooms, fresh tomatoes, and cheddar cheese. Then they have a Philly cheesesteak omelet. And of course, the Denver and the loaded omelet. Oh, I don't know. I think I want the 9 green pancakes. The Chocana pancakes look good too. I don't want I just want pancakes, I think. The cinnamon roll pancake does look good also. Craig already got his fruit. That's a big bowl of fruit, isn't it? That's nice. That looks really good. That's the best bowl of fruit I've seen from a place.
It is.
That's a lot better than, I mean...
Usually there's those little plastic cups.
I liked the food at
Thank you very much.
at Paul Bunyan's, but the fruit wasn't exactly. The fruit was good. It was just pretty skimpy for $7. This is just a side that comes with his meal.
And I love when I go to a place like this that the coffee mugs need to be marked to the place. See, like it's got Denny's on it. It just feels
Was there something
better.
on the other? Oh yeah.
It says we'll make the toast. You raise the glass or mug. Nice little phrase.
I've always been a fan of Denny's. We started going to Denny's when we were in Florida. That was like our tradition.
I wish we had one on the south side.
I do.
We'd go there a lot.
I think the South Side needs more breakfast restaurants because really all we have is IHOP and like the fast food.
Perkins. We go clear over by the
Perkins,
airport.
yeah. It's not my favorite.
Yeah, the Denny's beats both of those.
Oh, yes, I love Denny's. It's my first choice. All right, Craig, what would you like to do today?
We went to downtown.
Now, what do you want to do today?
Are we going to do the deer park?
Yeah, maybe. And what else did you want to do?
Go to Baraboo?
Well, you've been saying you want to ride the Wisconsin
The
Ducks.
Wisconsin Ducks?
Yeah, we thought we weren't going to get to do that, but I think we're going to try it. Today is sunny. It's a high of 58, so not super warm, but I have a blanket we can take. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Now actually he doesn't care.
Yeah, all right.
All right. He's eating. He's serious
True.
about it.
Yeah, true.
He's always serious about eating.
The food is here. There's Craig's grand sandwich.
That's a
That's
sandwich
a
and a half.
huge sandwich. This is Joe's. What did you get?
Lumberjack's flavor.
The lumberjack. I was gonna say this looks like the ultimate. And it also came with pancakes. We should have seen if we could substitute those for the 9-grain, which I got, and then we wouldn't have had to. But I don't think 2 pancakes was that much anyway. These are really good. They have the grains in them, and they have some cinnamon and brown sugar, I think, too. I've had them before, and I really love them. Just working on trying to help Craig cut a pancake with a fork. He has trouble coordinating the pressure and the holding you need to put on the fork and then holding on to the plate or something. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed my pancakes. They were a 10 out of 10, maybe an 11 out of 10. I love those. That's one of my favorite things I've had to eat on this vacation.
Plate, yeah.
Oh, we're making progress, but yeah, it's just... Well, you got it.
We'll get there. No, you haven't cut it. He's peeled them off. Peeled pancakes for a long time.
Yeah.
Not an easy way to do it.
Yeah. So, Craig, can you give me a review of Denny's?
Now, Denny's is the best place to be. The grand sandwich is delicious. The waitress is nice. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, and Craigie Varva's silver approval.
All right, Joe, your turn for your Denny's review.
The portion sizes were huge. Mine was supposed to be a 2-egg in mine. There was at least 4 eggs in there. It's just really good. Everything was good. The ham had just the right amount of char. The eggs cooked perfect. Absolutely perfect. Denny's coffee's good. I like it. I like it when they bring you the little carafe out so you don't have to wait. Yeah, gets definitely thumbs up from me.
And I wanted to add that service has been excellent. Like, our waitress is spot on, doing a great job. Couldn't ask for better. We really enjoyed our breakfast here.
Oh, I can't fix it. Oh, I can't.
This is Mount Olympus Water Park right here, theme park.
Can't fix it. Oh, I can't.
This is the main strip here, it looks like, for water parks. Or maybe this, is this all? No. Oh, and over here is our Wisconsin ducks that we're going to. That if you
Now
can
they
see
have
ahead.
times that they go. So you
Yeah,
look at that.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we are at the Wisconsin Original Ducks. Open daily 9 to 5. I'm so glad we have a sunny, not so cold day. It's like 51 right now. High of 58 today, I think.
I'm ready. Look at that water. Look at that.
I know, there's that huge water park across from here. This is where you buy your tickets for the ducks. I got our tickets to ride the ducks. For the three of us, it was about $120. I think it's $40 a person. Now we're going to go to the car. I have a blanket in there that I think will help to keep our legs warm. And she said I would leave in 30 minutes or less. Yeah, she said go to the back of the building, see it says to the ducks. Does anybody have to go to the bathroom?
Yeah.
I think I'll go too. Right, we are on the ducks.
On the ducks.
We're just waiting. I think they're probably waiting for more people to fill up the boat. There's Craig over there. Wave to him. Wave to the camera, Craig. When we told Craig we weren't going to ride the ducks this morning, he was very disappointed. So we decided to give it a try. I mean, I've been wanting to ride it anyway. It's going to be chilly, I'm sure. Everybody smile.
Here we go. Hang on.
Craig is ready.
Ready to contact. Contact.
Here we are. This is the land part of the trip.
Hey, how'd everybody like the tour?
Yay!
It was fun.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome aboard the amphibious Stuck Gilbert Island. My name is Isaac. I'll be your tour guide, captain, pilot, and alligator wrangler for the next 8.5 mile journey, which will be half on land, half in water. And if I do my job right, maybe even just a little bit in the air. Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
There's a deer. Hi, Bambi.
Almost looks real there, guys. That's right, paid actors. These actors do actually make quite a lot of money. A lot of dough. Maybe an occasional buck.
Dear, dear.
Oh dear.
There's a deer. Hi, Bambi.
Almost looks real there, guys. That's right, paid actors. These actors do actually make quite a lot of money. A lot of dough. Maybe an occasional buck. And our first point of interest on the tour today would be these hand-carved granite statues on either side, which once sat upon the Chicago Board of Trade building until it was redecorated with a stick of dynamite. They were then purchased by Miss Helen Robb, who later donated them to the original Wisconsin Nooks, where they currently sit here today. But I guess what I'm really trying to say here, guys, is please don't take these statues for granted.
Don't take these statues lightly.
Don't take
That's
them
another
for
one.
granted.
I
Oh,
know.
okay. Yeah.
A little bit about this big green machine we're riding on today. Gilbert Island was built by GMC 1942 at a total cost of $10,000 for use in World War II as well as Korea. That would make this Gilbert Island's 83rd birthday this year. Now, Gilbert Island is 8 feet 2 inches wide, 9 feet tall, 32 feet long, and weighs in at a slim and slender 7.5 tons. She can go 5 to 6 knots on water as well as 60 miles an hour on land.
No, that was fast. Are you cold, buddy? Yeah. That's good
Now, if
idea.
at any point in time today we do see any more wildlife like those deer back there, please feel free to shout it out and we will most certainly take a look at it. If, however, we don't see any more wildlife on the tour today, well then I'll do the next best thing. I'll throw the microphone back there, and whoever catches it will share all about their wildlife. Now, I do think I see our first wildlife spotting on the tour today. Do you guys see it over there? Looks like we've got a little baby. Aw, it's a little baby stop sign. Aw.
I saw that.
I actually did name that one Stop. I put her name tag on it so I wouldn't forget. And now we've just entered Fernell. Now, Fernell is a home to 27 different types of ferns, including, but most certainly not limited to, the red fern, the blue fern, the green fern, the yellow fern, the repeating fern, the interrupting fern, the Phineas and fern, and my personal favorite, the rarely seen invisible fern. Now, Fernell is actually an ideal place for ferns to grow for two reasons. First, that tree canopy up on top which blocks out the sunlight, and second, those sandstone cliffs on either side which lock in the moisture, forming a natural air coolant. Now, on any given day, Fernell can be between 5 to 10 degrees cooler than any other spot in the area, which I guess makes you guys some of the coolest people in the Wisconsin Dells. Now I do see some water beds, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please get ready to stop and check for traffic. But there you have it, the Pacific Ocean.
There we go. All right.
And just like that, we're now about to float the Wisconsin River. And eventually just disengaged our wheels, so if you look to either side, you can see them slowly sinking to the bottom.
Are you having fun, Craig?
Now, the Wisconsin River is one of the hardest working rivers in the country, powering 30 hydroelectric dams, which provide power to over 200 different communities. One of these dams you might have seen here in the Wisconsin Dells, about a half a mile upriver. Additionally, if you're looking at the water today and noticing that it has a slight brownish tint to it, that is actually not due to pollution, that is due to tannic acid. Now, the Wisconsin River originates at Lake Rodesaire on the border between Michigan's Upper Peninsula and northern Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Lake Vortisair is fed into by many tamarack swamps, which secrete this tannic acid into the water as it slowly flows from those swamps into the Wisconsin River. Now, you might be saying to yourself there, Isaac, tannic acid. You just gave me another reason not to hop into the river today. But tannic acid is actually very harmless and is found in everyday beverages which you probably consumed today, including that cup of coffee, that cup of tea, that can of soda.
It's really pretty. See some mist coming off of the water.
Now over to our left, we have our first rock formation on the tour today, known as Pulpit Rock. Now if you follow the shoreline out to that mushroom-shaped rock about 11 o'clock struck, that would be Pulpit Rock, and there is a quick story that goes with Pulpit Rock. Legend has it that there was once a traveling preacher who was stopping through the area and would preach to people sitting in canoeing as he'd been drifting down the river. So to spice things up, he found a baby grand piano. What he did not see coming, though, was that lightning bolt at the rock, splitting it in two, sending that preacher all the way over to that tree. The green one. And sending that baby grand piano right off of Pulpit Rock, where it's sitting with its keys facing the heavens and its leg up against Pulpit Rock. Do you guys see that baby grand piano over to our left?
It does look like it.
No, what if I were to tell you that I can still get some notes out of that baby grand piano? Maybe some hard rock by the Rolling Stones. Over to our left, we have our second and most famous rock formation on the tour today, known as Hawks Peak. Now, if you follow the shoreline out to that point, look 50 feet up in the air at about 10 o'clock, the duck you might see looks like a hawk's beak. Now, if you stretch your imagination, that top rock pointing outwards could be the hawk's upper beak. The rock 3 feet under that curving upwards could be the hawk's lower beak, and the rock in between could be the hawk's tongue. If you stretch your imagination just a little bit further, the slit in the hawk's upper beak could be its eye, on the slab of rock over to the right of that could be the hawk's wing and shoulder as it soars across the beautiful Wisconsin River. Now, I do say that Hawks Peak is our most famous rock formation on the tour today, as it was once featured on the cover of Life magazine and was used as a landmark for the Ho-Chunk tribe while traveling through the area. Now, I do hope you guys appreciate that rock formation. Now on our right hand side, as Hawks Peak did take me 3.5 months to carve. Additionally, if you guys are wondering how deep the river is, well, on average, the river is about 25 feet deep. However, the deepest part of the river that we cover today is about 50 feet deep. And that would be right where we are right now under Hawks Peak. If you look to either side of the duck, you might notice those sandstone cliffs on either side. This is actually a very rare type of sandstone known as Potsdam sandstone, which is found only 4 places around the world. First being Potsdam, Germany, Zurich, Switzerland, upstate New York, where it is currently underwater, and down this 10-mile stretch of the Wisconsin River. Now, Potsdam sandstone is very brittle, so if I were to give each and every one of you a piece of it, you'd be able to crumple it in the palm of your hand. It is also very good at maintaining moisture, which allows trees to grow on top with little to no topsoil.
Yeah, look how close they are up there.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Now over to our right, you might notice a slight change in landscape. You might also see the cars going by. That is where County Highway A is. Now on the other side of County Highway A lies Lake Delton, and this is actually where the worst natural disaster to ever hit the area occurred, which we like to call the breach of Lake Delton. Now in 2008, after receiving record amounts of rainfall, Lake Delton rose 51 inches. Not being able to hold in that extra water, Lake Delton promptly flooded into the Wisconsin River right through here, bringing with it 4 vacation homes, the highway, and all the land and vegetation that once stood there. Restoration to the area afterwards cost $3.6 million in refilling the lake and rebuilding the highway. And if you're wondering how high the river rose that day, if you look over to your left, where the sand meets the grass line, that is where the water line was that day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, look at the sand brushed up against it.
And now we're about to make our first amphibious water to landing through Dell Creek straight up ahead. Now the water in Dell Creek is a little low, so it could be a little bit bumpy going through here, but that is completely normal. Now over to our left we have the Newman Dam, which was created to stop the rushing waters of Dell Creek and form artificial Lake Delton. And I guess the reason why we're stopping right now is to give you guys the opportunity to take all the damn pictures that you want.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh, we're going back in the water. Okay. That's...
It's like a roller coaster.
Craig loved that part. It's great to see him enjoying this so much. Joe too. Is that a finger? Oh, a thumb. I thought you went like this. I'm like, what?
You're like, what?
I thought you went like this.
Nothing.
Now, to give you guys an idea of where we are, if you look straight up ahead of us, that log cabin building with a green roof would be Wilderness on the lake. Over to the left of that, beyond the flagpole, would be where the Tommy Bartlett show used to take place. And straight up ahead, where those two towers are, would be where Noah's Ark is. And once again, this is Lake Delton, which averages 9 feet deep, with the deepest part of the lake being 12 feet deep, and the shallowest part of the lake being somewhere around 0 feet deep. Was a historical home that stood over to the left until about 3 years ago, when it was recently relocated by the owner of the Kalahari to build vacation homes along this shoreline. Since Dawn Manor was relocated, it is no longer part of our tour, but it is still a very interesting part of the Wisconsin Dells history. Now over to our right is the best view we'll get of where that breach of Lake Delton occurred. Now if you can imagine all 600 million gallons of Lake Delton flooding into the Wisconsin River through here, where those benches stand once stood for vacation homes, and this all happening in just under 2 hours.
Look that up. See some of the Charlie's video.
Oh yeah, I think so.
And now we've just entered Dell's Scenic Park, which is a home to a variety of wildlife, including above most, certainly not limited to bald eagles, white-tailed deer, turkeys, squirrels, geese, coyotes, raccoons, lions, tigers, and bears.
And steel.
Oh my.
And steel ducks.
Now, if you do happen to see any of those lions or bears on the tour today, please feel free to shout them out, and we will most certainly swerve to hit them. Now, if you're asking why would I hit a lion or a bear on the tour today, well, that is because here at the original Wisconsin Ducks, we're all die-hard Green Bay Packers fans. But not to worry there, guys, because before driving the tour, I went out with a can of spray paint. I painted a white line all around the property, and I proceeded to call that line a goal line. And we all know lions and bears can't pass those. Lions, Vikings, Bears fans on board today?
Nope.
No? Good, good. Otherwise it would be an 8-mile hike that way. No, I'm just kidding, but this is the part of the tour where we stop and admire all the Vikings Super Bowl trophies over to our right. our Hawks because, and straight up ahead we have Roller Coaster Hill. So if you do happen to be a roller coaster fan, put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Take that, Six Flags. Now, would anyone like to try that in reverse? Yeah. Alright, we'll give it a quick spin there once.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Darn
And
it.
they stopped letting me do that a while ago there, guys. But now over to our right, we have Last Look Point, which gets its name for two reasons. First, this is going to be the last good look we'll get of the Wisconsin River today from this altitude, and where we entered the Wisconsin River at Echo Point. Echo Point. Echo Point. Echo Point.
I can't really see anything.
And second of all, we're sitting on top of a pretty big hill with a 50-foot drop off, so this could just be our last good look we get of anything. But if you guys are like me and you're afraid of heights, then just do what I do. Close your eyes. Now I can never remember which way it is up here, guys. Is it a right or a left? A left or a right? No, I'm only kidding. Here at the original Wisconsin Ducks, we're all about your safety, which is why earlier today I personally installed that steel mesh barricade over to our right. Now you might be saying to yourself there, Isaac, that was only chicken wire, but Hank, the hardware store, did assure me that if it can stop a chicken, it can most certainly stop a duck. And over to our left, we have the Lake of the Dells, which was founded in 1943 with the one main purpose to breed the Wisconsin state summer bird, the mosquito. But just like backers, quarterbacks, once those mosquitoes get all old and wrinkly and start throwing way too many interceptions, we simply put them in that brown box over to our left and we send them off to New York. Like what we did with Brett Favre and that other guy. Oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
Two deer.
Oh dear.
He's looking back there.
Oh
Like,
dear.
what are you looking at?
He's like, what do you mean? Sorry, he said, stop looking at my dear friend.
And now we've just entered the Lowland Trail, which I have been told is the most beautiful part of the tour. So I'm going to do everyone a favor and turn off the microphone to let Mother Nature do all of the talking.
Oh, yeah.
Remember from earlier on, our duck is 8 feet 2 inches wide, while the most narrow part of Redbird Gorge straight up ahead is just under 10 feet wide, giving us only a few inches on either side. Over to our right, you might notice all these tree stumps. These trees were actually all struck by lightning, which is a shame because Simon, also known as Lightning, was my favorite driver. We've just entered the Miss Helen Robb Tree Farm. Now, after wildfires swept through this area, taking down all of the trees, Miss Helen Robb came back and being the naturalist that she was. She planted all of these trees in the most natural way she knew possible. Perfectly straight rows.
And I bet you Swiss with that.
And now over to our right, we have the sheds where our ducks hibernate all winter to party all summer. That tan shed there in the middle would be where we house our 7 full-time mechanics, which we do like to call our quack doctors. But unfortunately, like every good doctor, they can't always save every patient, which is why, quite sadly, over to our left, we do have our duck graveyard. May they rust in pieces. Now, on behalf of the original Wisconsin Ducks, I'd like to thank you for taking my tour today. Now, if you enjoyed your time, my name is Isaac, and your board amphibious duck, Gilbert Island. If, however, you did not enjoy your time on the tour today, well then let's just say in that case, my name is Simon, and your board amphibious duck, Solomon Island. Thanks again for riding, guys. Please remain seated until I can make my way to the back and get that red crossing ramp down. When you do stand up, make sure to watch your hands upon those green racks up above. Thanks again for riding and enjoy your time here in the beautiful Wisconsin Dells. And I can most certainly say out of all my tours today, you guys have most certainly been my most recent.
Time for the gift store.
Yeah.
And now it's time for the gift shop. Let's see if this is a pretty cool sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's a little skin for you.
I don't like hoodies.
Look at that.
That's nice.
It's Mabel sleeping on me friendly.
Yeah, we can't have a lot of anything rough because Joe wants the new baby to like him the best.
I'm gonna steal one back again.
So we have a lot of shirts. So look at that one. That one looks like it might be a cool one right down there.
Oh yeah.
Hold that up for me. Are you just looking for the right size?
Yeah, I'm not good at folding them back up.
Yeah, I'm not either. But yeah, that's a cool one. I like that shirt. They have several different ones to choose from. And this is nice. I like the one with the duck on it. And it is $27.99 for that shirt. They have hats, several shirts. I mean, you should come in here first and buy a nice warm shirt to wear on the boat on a day like this. I did have a double layer on, so. Let's see what else we have here. What I need to find is a postcard.
What is
We
a
have
fun
some
place?
keto. I'm going to get a magnet.
Are these mood rings?
Oh, postcard. What do you think, Craig? Well, Craig, how did you feel about the Wisconsin Ducks?
It quacked me up, huh?
But seriously, did you like that?
I love it.
What was your favorite part?
The lake.
The when we went in the lake? Yeah, that was fun.
Good night, everybody, and keep on having a great day.